What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic weekend. A beautiful Saturday. Pretty humid out there. Had a little bit of work stuff I had to do today. Had a job like fair type deal. Whatever. But mowed some grass. I got out there, but I'm sitting in this damn chair right here, right now, because well, it's time to get through this training camp preview, the positional breakdown of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're at cornerback, baby. So cornerback and safety are left. We got through all the offense, part of the defense, special teams is done. So go check out all of those, going through every position, taking a look at what the Eagles have added and lost at each position, who they've got, my projected depth chart, all that great stuff. And at the end of this series, I will give you my top training camp battles and my projected 53. So last night, I unfortunately missed Fan Friday. Got home late and then tried to do some things, sat on the couch, passed out, didn't wake back up till like 11:30. I was like, oh, son of a bitch. So, look, we're going to try to have Sicko Sunday live tomorrow, hoping to see you guys then. But tonight we're here to talk about cornerbacks, so let's do just that. Would love to hear from you. Any thoughts? Who you think's winning the jobs here? Anything on your mind? Throw it my way. But appreciate you all taking the time. Hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you for hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, everything you're doing to support this channel. I cannot thank you enough. But let's jump right into this and talk about these cornerbacks. And there is a lot of them. And I've separated some guys. We'll talk about the safeties, corners, defensive backs, guys that can do both. So talk about all of that. But let's talk about what we have added, what we've lost at the position here. So you can see quite the draft we had, getting Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Still don't believe it. Let's effing go. Very excited there. But also last year, you remember the Eagles signed Isaiah Rodgers, who was suspended, but now suspension has been lifted and he will return, and I cannot wait. Also added Tyler Hall, Perry Nickerson in free agency, and then Sean Stevens, the undrafted free agent. So, man, you added 6 guys. Only person who's not back, Bradley Roby, still in free agency. Josiah Scott was part of the team last year, but he left earlier in the season last year. So Roby, only person going in free agency here. But look, we have definitely improved this roster, and at corner, especially so. I mean, clearly your first 2 draft picks, and you got the best 2 guys. So I'm pretty pumped about it. We're going to talk about those guys and some other guys. Let's take a look at the current cornerbacks for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I've separated them. We're going to show the outside corners, talk about those outside guys and who can play inside. Then we're going to talk about those inside corners, the nickel cornerbacks, and we'll talk about those guys who can play that defensive back role, who can help out at safety, all that great stuff. Let's jump right into it. We're going to start out with the outside cornerbacks, and oh, my Lord, this is some competition here, ladies and gentlemen. Darius Slay, he is the starter. We know that. But beyond Darius Slay, who else wants to get that job? And big play Slay, we all love the dude. And well, I don't know if everybody does, because half the time people are trying to trade him, but I love me some Slay, a Pro Bowler, all pro kind of player. Yes, he's getting a little bit older there, 33 years old, but leads the NFL, 148 pass deflections since 2013. So he's been around, but he's been doing his damn thing. Big play Slay, ready to see probably his final year here with the Eagles. See him helping these young guys and, helping, pave the way for the future of the Philadelphia Eagles. So very excited there. But Isaiah Rodgers, as I just mentioned, we talked about him a little bit, his return capability. I mean, this dude, he was the 5th ranked by PFF cornerback last year he played. So just keep that in mind, that's the caliber player we're talking about. So as much as, everybody talks about Quinyon Mitchell, Ringo, or even Ricks, do not sleep on Isaiah Rodgers. And I've done my best for over a year to try to get people on board that train, because this dude, oh man, I really can't wait to see what he does, because not only as a corner, but a return man. And go check that returner show out. But man, this kid, I think everybody's sleeping on him. He's got the speed, athleticism, everything you want in a cornerback. And yeah, he's only 5'10", 170. A lot of people feel that he is an inside corner. Look, he can play inside. He did it at college at UMass at times, but he is an outside corner, and he thrived in the NFL doing it. So do not think that this guy just automatically, can't be an outside corner. Now, the issue becomes you drafted Quinyon Mitchell, who is a stud, bona fide stud. You guys all know how much I wanted him in this draft. 0 penalties last year, 51.1 passer rating allowed. and that's with over 400 coverage snaps. This dude is the truth, the best corner in this draft. Prototypical size, length. I mean, the dude's a ball hawk. He does everything. We talked about him extensively, and I really cannot believe we got him. And, pick 22, a great pick. If people wanted to go other positions, we saw quarterbacks, offensive players flying off the board. My heart kept singing, and we actually got him. So maybe Slay and Mitchell are your outside guys, and Rodgers could win that inside job, or however they want to do it, man. It's a good position to be in. But then you've got a guy like Ringo, 6'2", 207. I mean, that's a big boy. And he literally, last year had flashes. He had a sack, an interception with very limited play. But I know a lot of people like him. A lot of people making up stories about how he had to play safety, this, that. I don't think the Eagles are going to do that. They like him as an outside guy, and they think they're going to try to continue developing him there. So bright future with young guys like Mitchell and Ringo, and even Rodgers is still very young at 26 years old, man. This is going to be his 4th season. So he's part of the future here. Very excited. You look at a guy like Zach McPherson, who last year was playing outside and inside. So, I mean, he provides great depth, but unfortunately, with those injuries, that'll scare you. So coming into his 4th year, yeah, he's got a lot of talent. Really like the kid, but unfortunately, we are stacked here. So lots of competition. This is what we've been asking for at corner. And look at guys like Ricks, who, pick 6 Ricks. Everybody loved this kid last year. And, out of Alabama, he's got talent, man. He really does. A long corner. He can play inside. He can do things that, you want to see. Help you on special teams is what you need to do. Josh Jobe, he is a special teams ace for us. So if he could find his way, playing inside, outside, helping you, maybe even at, little safety. They have moved Jobe around, and I know a lot of people rag on him and aren't big fans, but he really does help in special teams. But if some of these other guys can help it up in special teams, they will take that job. Then you're looking at James Bradberry. And look, man, a second team All-Pro back in 2022. And then last year just falls off. And, people were gunning for him. And, man, it was, pretty sad to see. And one thing you try to keep in mind is that the defense, the whole team as a whole was just kind of falling apart. But he was definitely getting burnt out there. But you just kind of look at it. I mean, this dude, he leads all players with 92 pass deflections since 2018. He gets in there. He is a former great player. Can he get back to that form at, you hit that 30-year mark? Can he get back to that? And in his 9th season, I don't know, man. We talked about it. It's past June 1st. It's not going to hurt you that much to get rid of him. So if he, is not playing up to standard, you've got a bunch of guys in front of him. I mean, just this list right here, I'm about to show you 6 more guys. So you're looking at 8. We're going to have 14 total with the corners here. And I left out Mekhi Garner because I'm going to have him with the safeties. But, dude, you've got lots of competition. So Bradberry, I mean, maybe Vic Fangio can bring out the best in him. I don't know. But there is so much young talent. It's going to be hard to pass on, to keep a guy that might be here this year for the, whole year if he could stay healthy. So we'll see. But let's take a look at these nickel cornerbacks. And, these guys, have the NCB/DB because, well, they can dabble at safety as well. And you've seen that done with Avonte Maddox and Cooper DeJean. Tyler Hall, he is a versatile D-back. So is Sean Stevens, Perry Nickerson as well. Mario Goodrich also. So I think, these guys, again, I left Garner out because they've been giving him safety reps. And honestly, it would have been 15 corners and 5 safeties. I made it 14 corners, 6 safeties. So that's why you're seeing it like this. But, Maddox, he's been getting work at safety. And we talked about that, last year it was happening and, because of injuries, but he's getting a little up there. I love the kid's game. If he could stay healthy, but kind of falling off last year when he was healthy at nickel. So maybe a little more work at safety. And I'm not sure he wins that job if you got guys like Isaiah Rodgers there. If, Quinyon Mitchell wins the outside and Rodgers could play inside, but also rookie Cooper DeJean, baby. And you guys know I love me some Coop and was very excited about him throughout the draft process. To be able to get Quinyon and Cooper, I'm still pretty effing stunned. And, we talked about this kid's tool set, the tools he has. He's 21 years old. You're only going to continue developing him, but he can play not only inside, he played outside and flourished out there. He can play safety as well. He can return the ball. So it was a no-brainer for me. I heard it, pre-draft, people talking about it like it was a bad thing that he could do all these things. But it's like, as a rookie, especially, help in the return game, help on special teams. get some, dabble in as depth at safety, at nickel corner, outside corner, whatever is needed, he can do it. But maybe he wins himself a starting job. He's still very young, tiny guy, but I think, dude, he's a football player. If you ever watched him, you're excited about him. And I think that this Eagles team is going to find a way to use him sooner rather than later. He's perfect for Vic Fangio and what he's doing here. So cannot wait to see how things pan out for him. Then you got Tyler Hall, who, we talked about his versatility, ability to return the ball as well. You got another kid that, he was part of that Rams Super Bowl team. He's got some experience here in the league, but this is a guy that if you can help out, inside, outside, you can return the ball. These are things that'll go a long way for you. And look, I like Tyler Hall. I like his game. I think that he is definitely slept on. I thought he was a pretty good addition here, but there's so much competition. So we'll see if Tyler Hall can make this squad. But my Lord, is there quite the competition here. And you see, we had mentioned Stevens. We talked about him, during that return show. He is somebody that can help you there as well. But I loved his, game as a defensive player. This is Joey Porter's nephew, if you remember me mentioning him before. This is the kid that led college football with 16 interceptions the last 2 years, 8 each year. And I think, people will talk about the level of competition. That's great. He's 25 years old. He had a lot of off-the-field stuff we talked about going on, unfortunately, for him, trying to get back into schools and doing things. But he made his way. This kid's a fighter. He's got a great story. And his number is 41. That hair is covering it up. It's wild. I couldn't even fit it all in there. But, hey, who am I to judge? Because I've got some badass long hair myself, young man. But I think that, Sean Stevens is a very exciting player, somebody that helps you with that versatility. So, again, can't wait to see. And then you get another guy of that mold, not so much a returner, but Perry Nickerson, who can help you, dabble a little bit at safety, nickel corner. But he was part of Vic Fangio's defense last year, and he's been all over the place. Vikings, Jags. I mean, he's played everywhere. So we like this kid because of his versatility. But, again, there's so much competition here. But these guys are hopeful if they don't make the squad, they can end up on the practice squad. If their number is called on, they can be, elevated, whatever. So Mario Goodrich, he knows all about that with injuries the last couple of years. But we are loaded at corner here. And I think that, adding guys like, Nickerson, Goodrich, Steven, backing guys, you always want to have depth. So, yeah, that's a lot of people. But you want, a guy like Nickerson you added later because, okay, maybe we don't have a veteran. This guy's played in 30 games. He's got 30 starts. So, or 3 starts, sorry. But, he's got a little experience where those other guys very young. So you want some older guys to be around, help them. You've got coaching, of course, but players on the field that can help. And I just love the competition they have here, man. Like trying to figure out how many we're going to keep, who we're going to keep. That's going to be the fun part. You guys want to let me know who you would keep? Would you keep 5, 6, 7, 8? I mean, and some of these guys can be considered, depth at safety too. So maybe that's how they find their way onto this roster. But let's take a look at the projected depth chart, how I have it. And for cornerback, it is wide open here. So I'm not going to sit here on this show and try to, tell you who it is. But, at the end of the series, I'll do my best to come up with some people. But you can see here, I just threw in, I opened up the corner and the nickel corner spot. Quinyon Mitchell, Isaiah Rodgers, Cooper DeJean, whoever wants to win the outside and inside job, go right ahead next to Slay. But you can see the key there. Anybody in Kelly Green with the white outline is a rookie draft pick. Then you see the gray is undrafted rookie free agent. And then the green is the free agent or trade. So you had Rodgers, and obviously that's from last year, but he'll be joining us this year. You got Tyler Hall, Nickerson in free agency. The draft, obviously, Mitchell and DeJean, our first 2 picks. And I'm very excited about what you added, but you already had Ringo and Ricks here, who I like their future. McPherson, it was a little questionable if he could stay healthy. They brought back Maddox because, you love his game, his, passion. I love this dude. He could help the younger guys, but who knows if Maddox or Bradbury can make this team with all of the younger talent, the guys you see here. And, that bottom row of nickel corners, you could see it is loaded at the competition there. So they were serious about improving there. Also the outside, getting younger. So they really put an emphasis on an important position and, getting pressure, up front. The linebackers doing there, that's all going to help the safeties. And having the godfather himself, Vic Fangio, that's going to help everybody. So I'll post that video like I do in all these defensive videos. I'm trying to get everybody on board with how this Vic Fangio defense works. So I broke it down, showed you some of the structures, like 17, 18 different looks with all the pictures of the players and what the structure looks like, gave you the schemes. Want you guys to get excited about this team like I am. Super Bowl bound. We're going to win it. I'm promising you that right here, right now. Well, I've continued to do that, and I will continue to do so. But that is all I've got for you this evening. Again, hope you're having a great weekend. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out. You want to talk birds, you've got something going on in life, always here for you, as you guys are for me. I love each and every one of you. Hope you're staying cool out there. My Lord, hope you're all safe. If any of you are living, around, the hurricanes, anything going on, I hope you guys are all taking care of yourself, staying safe. If there's anything I can do for you, please feel free to reach out. But again, all I've got for you tonight, I will try to do Sicko Sunday tomorrow. Going to put out the safeties on Monday. We'll get through on Tuesday, the breakdowns, all that. And then Wednesday will be the first practice. We'll break all that stuff down. So let's go. But if you got anything from this, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. You can always subscribe to the channel. Sharing this is a great help as well. Getting it out there on all the different social media platforms. You guys are awesome. Cannot thank you enough. Hope you enjoyed the show. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me at home now. Go Birds!